Welcome back. You know, with all this talk about the credit crunch and banks hoarding money, you would think doing business is grinding to a halt. That's really not the case, though. An old, very old way of paying bills is picking up steam. It's called bartering. You know, trading a service for a product or just about anything, but no real money changes hands. My next guest runs the largest such bartering company in the U.S., International Monetary Systems. And the rate his company has just grown goes to show you that sometimes the oldest way of doing business can be more reliable. Don Mardak is the president of International Monetary Systems. He joins me right now. Don, how does this work?
Well, if the people often wonder, why would somebody trade? Let's give an example. Let's say that you owned a restaurant and you were going to do a $20,000 advertising campaign. Would you rather write a check for $20,000 or issue some gift certificates for meals?
Good point.
It's such an obvious answer to that.
Well, how do you make your money?
Well, first of all, that's how the reason people trade. However, too often the radio stations or the TV stations may not want $20,000 worth of gift certificates, and so they can't make that direct trade. But by joining our network, they then don't ever have to do a trade with each other, because we've created a proprietary currency known as trade dollars, and our trade dollars are the medium of exchange within the network. So the restaurant accepts trade dollars for their meals. They can spend it on billboard advertising or carpet cleaning or anything else that they might need. And so all the different businesses who join the system have got these trade dollars to use when they spend for something that they would normally be paying cash for. And since the restaurant's cost may only be 30 to 40% of a meal, those trade dollars only cost them 30 to 40 cents on the dollar. And we refer to that as barter leverage.
So you essentially are, it's analogous to award points or shopping points or something like that you could kind of spread the wealth beyond just the restaurant and getting of the $20,000 in certificates to a variety of other things, such as
almost anything that they need in their life experience, from A to Z. Our directory of products and services, which is available on our website, imsbarter.com, is completely comprehensive, and most business people can get almost anything that they would need. But some of the other great aspects of what we're doing is that we are able to issue credit lines to new people coming in. And as you know, the credit crunch is hurting a lot of businesses, and it's very difficult for them to get credit. But if they join this our trade dollars, which is spending power. Remember, all that a dollar is spending power. You can't eat it or wear it. You have to convert it into the clothing and the food. And what's the difference then if you use U.S. dollars or IMS dollars to get the clothing and the food?
But you have to come into it with something to offer yourself, right? I mean, if I were to come in and join your network, I know this is really business-oriented, but I have to have something to barter myself, right?
That's correct. It's primarily a B2B or business-to-business network. Now, again, how is it affecting us during these bad economic times? We've been able to help some of our clients get tremendous benefits. For example, we had an auto body shop in Ohio that owed over $60,000 to its creditors and was unable to pay its bills. Well, they came to us with that problem, and we were able to sign up 8 of their 12 creditors into the system, and they could use 50,000 trade dollars to relieve that debt problem. There's a moving billboard company in Atlanta, Georgia, that has stated many times that after 9/11 he would have been put out of business. He just couldn't make his way. He didn't have customers. But by being part of this network, he gets business that he wouldn't otherwise have. The 3 most important things that we do for our customers, or the 4 most important things, are we get them new business, new customers, we save them cash, we bring them new business, and we also move their excess capacity. Quite often, a merchant may have last year's computers sitting on a shelf and can't move them very well, or has to discount them at a huge level. Going through our network, he can get a very good price for them and won't have to discount. In fact, one of the things that makes us so special is I often relate our company to eBay, Overstock.com, or Priceline.com.
Yeah, I was thinking of eBay to the point. It's very interesting, Don. It's very, very interesting. Are you publicly traded?
Yes, we are. Our stock symbol is INLM, traded on the bulletin board, and we had a very good day today.
Well, if people are all out of cash, they might go your route, Don. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Neil.
All right, Don Mardak. Pretty interesting way to get around these